everybody, you add strong inspirations. You know, I'm Anthony Brogdon. I got a guy on the channel that said, man, I got a story to tell you. You got to hear what I got to say, and I got to tell it. And my man wanted to tell it so bad, he had his daughter help him get the computer together. He said, honey, daughter, baby, I'm still figuring out all this Zooms and new technology and stuff. She said, Dad, I want to help you tell the story so that some black folks, some white folk, and any other kind of folk can hear what we got to say. And that's what we do on Strong Inspirations, where I give it to you straight, no chaser. I just come up and try to find these people to let them tell it. And then I ask a couple questions. I go on what they say. And you'll see what I'm saying in a second. But before that, you know, my brothers and my sisters, I want you to do a few things for me. And they're easy. The first few things are free. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. All right, hit the subscribe button. That ain't nothing. I don't get no information. It ain't no nothing to it. It just let me know how many people watching. Hit the like button on this video, because my man said to me, watch out, I got something to say. And I know you're going to like it, right? So hit the like button on this one. Hit the notifications bell so that when the new videos come up on the channel, you get a ding, you get notified, you get identified, you get something so that you can know that I got something up, because I'm putting 5 videos up a week, maybe now. I'm jamming. And do another thing, and this is easy. Tell somebody about Strong Inspirations. Don't keep this to yourself trying to act like you know everything. You see a young lady, you walk up to her, hey, babe, did you know that this? And she like, ooh, you a smart guy. Where you get that from? And then you don't want to tell her it's Strong Inspirations. Don't do that. Y'all can sit there and watch it together. I would appreciate if you tell somebody about it. And then check it out. I'm a filmmaker, my friends, and you know this. I put 2 years of my life in this documentary called Business in the Black, The Rise of Black Business in America. I'm talking about slaves that went to college. Unbelievable. When we had a burning desire to learn how to read, and then we took it to the next level, and we was graduating from Harvard's and Dartmouth's and University of Michigan and all the HBCUs, all the HBCUs. We was coming out of them schools with high grades. We was top of the class. All right, that's my movie. I got the book on it too. Now I'm thorough, my friends. I'm a historian too. I had to accept that's my role, along with a TV show host, a YouTube host, whatever you want to call me. Just call me when it's dinner time. And it's called Black Business Book. Now, the movie got some interviews with people whose family owned a business in the early 1900s. I got the kids of a Black-owned cemetery that was started in 1915. Them white folks wouldn't bury us, and we started our own cemetery. I got the kids in my film and a bunch in my film. And then in the book, I don't have no interviews, so I give you more facts. I got 200 facts in this book. It's easy to read because I ain't no big reader. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch them YouTube videos. I read some, but not no big, thick books. I just don't have the patience. I ain't gonna lie. So I made it like that for people like me and you. And then I number the facts. And you could say to your friend, hey, man, you see fact number 196, you got to read it because you ain't going to believe it. And then I tell you where the fact is, where I found it. And I don't give you no commentary or nothing like that. And that's called Black Business Book. All right. So both of them are available on Amazon. But if you want to, and I invite you to do such, it goes directly to my website, businessintheblack.net. And, you know, we accept all them credit cards and debit cards and whatever. and on the website, and it's personal information. I ain't cheating nobody. The book is reasonable. And how about this? At every 10th book I sell, I donate one to a school. Because I got to get this information out. Just like I got to get the information out of what this brother's about to tell us. He's a strong man, and he's about to come on. No, he ain't about to. He coming on right now. Let's get it on, brother. Tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, sir. My name is Anthony Hope. I'm the 4th generation descendant of some slaves escaped out of Clay County, Missouri. On my mother's side, the Monroe family. And they came across the Missouri River and the ice that frigid winter in 1856. And
okay, let me stop you right there. Where you live? What kind are you?
I live in Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's a little town called Quindaro. It's in the far northeast corner of Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah. And so how your family get there? How you get there, the Kansas like that? Do you know?
Yeah, we right across from Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, so it's a little suburb type thing.
Yeah, my family was tobacco slaves in Clay County, Missouri. And my great-great-grandfather devised a plan to escape that frigid winter in 1856, and they came across the Missouri River that it froze over, iced over, and they walked right across the ice into Kansas.
Really?
When they got here, the Wyandotte Nation was already here, and they adopted my family, and we lived with them.
How you know this story? How you find out?
Okay, my brother researched all this.
Yeah.
When he loved antiques all his life, and when my mom passed away, he got deep into history, and we were threatened by a sanitary landfill here in Quindaro. And when we dug into it, we found they wanted to put a dump on this town. And we found by Brown and Ferris Industry, we found out that it was a town that dated back to 1850. We had some people come like National Geographic and K-State. When they got to digging, man, they found the evidence of a town of Old Quindaro.
And so, if you don't mind, I mean, how do you start digging to find this information? You go to the library, you go to, how does he start? Where do you start at?
Okay, my grandfather had told us these stories,
Really?
When we were kids, I don't think the young folks do that. Like, we used to sit and talk to older people. And he told us about how our people came over. And we got the old corn knife they cut to use to hide the women and children in the shouts of corn. We still have that. And we got all the old antiques, and our people told us about how we came over.
Man, well, so was you sitting there like, Dad, I mean, Granddad, I mean, wow, this is deep. Did you appreciate it when he told you? Let me ask you that.
It was better than TV, man. And he told us all these stories of how the Monroes, my great-great-grandfather came over, and he was a slave at first in Fort Osage, Missouri. And they always told the slaves, you like family. We'll never sell you or get rid of you, but that wasn't the truth. The truth was the slave master told the wife, if anything ever happens to me, get rid of the slaves, but keep the animals or stocks because there's less mouth to feed. And one evening they were out in town, and they went to the town and started putting up torches, and they put my great-great-grandfather's sister on the auction block. And as she screamed out for her family, the slave master snatched a plait of hair out of her head, and they never seen her again. So he was eventually sold to a guy in Clay County, Missouri. He was so enraged that he devised a plan to escape here to Kansas. And that's where I live right to this day, and my cousin and my people. Still this day, and I'm not the only family here. We got several other families that still live here in Quindaro.
When you found this out, how did that make you feel?
Man, it made me feel, it just put something right down the middle of me. I couldn't believe it, And people need to check their history out, man. You got everybody, we all got stories of that you'll be amazed about, man. It just made me feel,
Did you ever think that you wanted to find her?
Yeah, but see that's been so long ago.
Yeah.
I think they searched, but I don't think they ever found her.
Did they know her name?
I believe they do.
And so, how old was he when you think he made his escape?
I believe he was in his late teens, when he made his escape.
Did you, when you saw that he escaped, did y'all find some paperwork where they was looking for him? You know, like
we know the slave masters, they would wait on you over here, and we had a local park called Quindaro Park. If you was caught harboring a slave back in those days, it was a $25 fine or jail time. And when we got with the Wyandotte Nation, the Wyandotte Indian Nation, they adopted my family. They harbored our people. They come out of Upper Sandusky, Ohio area. They didn't believe in slavery. They had a form of government, and they're the ones that started the town of Quindaro. So we were just living with them. They adopted my family.
Do you think any of your family had relations with the Indians and had kids?
Hey, I really do. My grandfather looked like a Caucasian man. His hair hung down, and he was. And I got an aunt that passed away, but you wouldn't know she was black though. That's my mother's sister. You know, we come in all different colors, brother. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now the grandfather you talking about, was he light or dark?
He's real light. Yeah.
But he was a slave, and they still hated him.
No, he was descendant of a slave. Yeah, most of them were. Yeah, he was light, but they still fell real ill to him being a slave.
You see, because what happened was them white races, they was having relations with them black women all the time.
Right.
And so they was having them kids. And so sometimes the white guy, the races would kind of embrace their kids, and sometimes they wouldn't.
Right.
And a lot of times they wouldn't, because the wife, she hated knowing that her husband had relations with the woman, and she didn't want to see them kids every day.
Because my grandfather's hair hung down, man. I remember him taking his hand, raking his hair out away from his eyes, you know. It was real silver and long, man. And he said, we got Indian in our blood.
Man.
They told us all the stories of how we came over. I've got the corn knife that they cut to hide the women and children on the shocks, on the edge of the river on the shocks of corn. The men folks came over first, then they sent for the women and children. And we were adopted by the Wyandotte Nation. And to this day, we still have a good rapport with them, and I know all of them.
Really? So okay, so how do you think he did the escape? Let's go back over that.
He waited. It could have been at night. He waited at night, and he checked the river out. It was froze over. They said back then, the Missouri River wasn't channeled out like it is now, right?
Yeah, that's how it is in Detroit, yeah.
We had a expert guy said it was more like a braided stream back in the day, and they just walked right across the ice, man, into Kansas. Missouri was a slave state, Kansas was free.
Do you think he escaped by himself, or some people went with him?
Oh, it was more than one. And I believe they had pepper with them, where the dogs couldn't trail them and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, pepper helped them keep the dog from them.
Yeah, the sniff the trail. It was very cold that winter.
And so when he got there, what did he end up doing? Do you know?
I know that he intermingled with it was other families we call freedom seekers, people that come from the deep south to escape slavery to come to north. They came through Kansas City, Kansas. And in the end, we end up running a rock quarry business. He quarried rocks and helped build local buildings, churches, homes in the area. We got a local lake, Wyandotte County Lake. He did some work out there, and I got pictures of all the big fine horses they had with the wagons and everything.
Really?
Yeah, man. They had a Monroe rock quarry. That was on my mother's side, Monroe.
So he ended up getting married?
Yes.
I mean, married again, because now you said he had family when he escaped.
I believe he did, yeah. But I don't know whether through the time she passed away, but he ended up getting married.
And which is your grandmother still, right? Yeah.
No, that would have been my great grandmother.
Great grandmother.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet her?
No, I didn't. I wasn't old enough, but I didn't never meet. I met.
What was she a light, dark complected Indian? What was she?
Light skin. She was light skin.
Uh-huh.
Some
And
of my people, man, you can see they can pass for white, you know.
Yeah. And so
we got all different colors in the family.
Yeah.
We got butter pecan, we got chocolate, French, vanilla, and everything.
so he made his escape.
Yeah.
But you don't know if they ever went looking for him and they never caught him again. So he never went back to slavery and had to try it again.
No, he didn't. And with this information, my grandfather had 3 brothers and 1 sister. And with the information we got dealing with this landfill in the area, we end up opening up a museum and we honor our ancestors. We honor everybody always wonder, well, what happened to the slave families? They stayed right here. We have several other families, the Banks family, the Grigsby family, all who came out of Missouri to escape slavery. And we opened up a museum and we honor them in pictures. And you speak of HBCUs, we had a local college here called Western University. And it was run back then by Bishop Vernon, who was a bishop in the AME Church, W.T. Vernon. And he was Secretary of Treasury in Roosevelt administration. His name was on a $2 bill. A lot of people don't know that.
Really?
That brother's name was on a $2 bill. Yeah,
a black guy.
Black guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we had a historical black college here too, with Western University.
Is it still operating?
No, it went out of business in 1943. It operated from 1873 to 1943.
Oh my God.
We got a local John Brown statue here, was donated from Italy. Mr. Walker, who was the caretaker of the college, they had a fundraiser and they raised $2,000 to get the statue here. I guess that was big money back in them days.
Yeah.
And we still have a John Brown life-size statue here. The only other one is in Harpers Ferry, Virginia, and Osawatomie, Kansas.
Yeah.
We have one right here in Quindaro.
Yeah, now what's in Quindaro now? What does it look like? How big is it? Whatever.
Well, we had a highway come through, and it kind of killed the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's like most black neighborhoods you see. It's just down here. We got a lot of history here, but we're trying to preserve it. They just now coming around and try to make it a tourist attraction, and the National Park Service wants to do something here.
Because of because of what? Because of the free black town, or what? Why?
Yeah, because of the historical significance and the free black town of Quindaro, who was part of Kansas City, Kansas.
Because when Kansas first came on board, from what I know, they didn't want slavery.
No, they didn't. But Missouri, like I live right here now, but I'm not too far from the Missouri River. And right across the river was slavery, Missouri. And that's how close we are, because most people, when they say Kansas City, they think of Missouri, but it's Kansas City, Kansas, which is right across the river.
I see. So do you think and that's the river that he crossed to get to the town?
Right, yes. The Missouri River.
Have you all been able to kind of find out where he might have crossed the river at? Where's the narrowest point or something like that?
Well, we know there was 7 points of entry into Quindaro. So it was 7 spots he could have crossed. Right where Quindaro's at, it's a little bend in the river. It kind of narrows out. It could have been right there, or it's 7 other parts of the river where they could have crossed.
Yeah. Have you ever gone over to Kansas to see what historical things they have there dealing with slavery?
Yeah, we got a local museum here called Wyandotte Museum, the Wyandotte County Museum. They have some things on slavery, but you know what? It's sad that they don't teach our kids enough in school about slavery, man. We got Tuskegee Airmen that live right here, man. Red Tails, they live right here in Quindaro. Famous people, man. Etta Moulton, a jazz blues singer. She went to Western University. We got Mr. Ernest Gayton, who was like I said, a red tail. He was a Tuskegee Airman. I knew that guy, man. I remember that jacket he used to wear.
Oh, really?
And he lived right around the corner. Yeah, we got a lot of historical significance here in Quindaro.
So Cordell is what? What percent is black is Cordell?
It's Quindaro.
Yeah, Quindaro.
It's spelled Quindaro.
Okay, I got you.
Quindaro. And it's well, really now it's getting a lot more Hispanic in a town. Like it was 100% black, but it's more black and Hispanic now.
Okay. Now, as you said, he started his own business doing bricks, right?
A rock quarry. A rock quarry business, yeah.
Did you ever see that building or something where his business was?
It's all gone now, but I know the area where it was at. Everything is all gone now, but I know where it was at. Yeah. And I got a website for you, and if you go online and go on our website, ccokmuseum.org,
right,
and you can see all. We give you a tour of the area.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put all that in the description and stuff like that.
Okay.
And this to know that he's the kind of guy he is, that got to make you proud, don't it?
Oh, and man, them people were clean when they came over here. They were dressed, man. Them brothers was clean, man. They had on nice outfit.
When you say came over there, not running from slavery, but when they were there.
We had a lady that she tried to write a book on this, and she put our people in lion's cloths and all that. They wasn't like that, man. Them people had clothes on, man. Let's not get it like taught. Let's not get it twisted, you know.
Yeah.
Those people were clean, man. They had clothes on, man.
Wow. So do you think did he go to that school, Western?
I know a lot of my family did. I don't think he did, because it started in 1873.
Yeah.
And it lasted till 1943. I remember some of it. We had another school called Vernon School, which was called Freedman School, where they taught the slaves how to read and write. We got a local cemetery. You mentioned that cemetery in the beginning. We got our local cemetery. It goes way back. And we got Old Quindaro Brewery. We got the home of Nancy Quindaro. It's actually the oldest home in Wyandotte County. That's what county I'm in.
Yeah.
And our museum highlights all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Now, who if you notice, there's the city. Who was the city named after?
Wyandotte County.
The Quindaro.
It's named after Nancy Quindaro Brown.
And she is who?
Indian princess with the Wyandotte Nation. She was the daughter of Adam Brown, who was the chief of the Wyandottes at the time.
Are there still Indians in your city?
Yes.
Do y'all have a festival or something like that y'all recognize?
We used to have a bigger Quindaro festival, but they have a powwow a lot of times. And
do you go?
Some of them went to Oklahoma, and the other one stayed right here in Kansas.
Did you ever go to the powwow?
Yes, I've been to one, and me and my brother, he passed away, but he was the founder of our museum, and we were invited to one, man. I had never been to that, man. It was something to see.
I can't imagine, brother.
All the pretty dancing and all the stuff they had and everything.
Yeah. Man, this is an amazing story. Have you thought about trying to write a book or something to put this down on, y'all thinking about that to tell the story?
I got a book I can try to see if you get a copy of.
Oh, you got a book? Y'all serious?
My brother wrote. It's called Quindaro, yes.
Yeah.
And it tells a little bit about the history of Quindaro. And like I said, on our website, CCOQ Museum, that stands for Concerned Citizens for Old Quindaro.
Now your museum, it's a standing building somewhere in the city?
It's in a home of John Walker that was the first house in Quindaro that had hot and cold running water and electric lights. But right now, during the COVID, we haven't been able to do nothing, and we need we need a roof on it, and we need some repairs real bad. So we're really doing things virtually and online right now.
Yeah, man, a good story. Is there a question that I haven't asked you? Something, you know, I don't know all of them. Is there something that you wanted to say about this?
I would like to say that we are trying to highlight the area of Quindaro as a travel destination for people to learn about our history, because, you know, the most thing we hear is they never knew it was like this, man. And maybe in your community, you got some people, notable people that live there that people don't know about, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we try to highlight, like I said, we had a historical Black college here, West University, one of the first west of the Mississippi River, and it was a big booming thing, you know. They had a big nursing school, Jackson Jubilee singers were there, and a lot of things they did.
And what's the Jackson Jubilee singers? Are they from the
singers,
school?
Yeah, they were from part of the school. And my mom told me before the highway come through, when the band practiced, you could hear all the different melodies and all the voices in the land. You know, it sounds so nice, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, man, I thank you so very much for coming on the channel and sharing this with us.
You, Mr. Brogdon, I really appreciate it.
Man, we're gonna get this out there. We coming down there, man. We coming down there, man. When this thing is over, we coming to see you and hang out. Is there from the history point, is there a particular dish that they eat a lot of that, you know, is you know, similar to the area or something like that? You know what I mean?
Well, you know, we love barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, we love that Q.
Yeah.
And we got several nice eating places around town.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we coming down there. We're gonna tell everybody about the museum. And everybody check this out. This is another one of them Black history facts that I ain't know. And you know, I'm so happy he came on the channel to share this with you so that we can keep this Black history alive, my brothers and sisters. And so to you, my brother, I want to say, and to your daughter too, and all y'all down there, I want all y'all to stay strong, stay safe, stay on that grind, keeping that city alive and all that history. We're gonna make a tourist attraction out of it. It's gonna happen, and we sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. We appreciate you.
Thank you so very much. Bye bye. We out.
Bye bye.